Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
India is the world's most populous democracy, a nation of over 1 billion people. In almost 60 years of freedom, India is now the world's third largest economy after the US and China. With its nuclear tests at Pokhran in 1998, the induction of the Agni missiles, and the recent agreement with the United States in 2005, India has reached the atomic age. Not too far from the modern view of Delhi lies another India, an India in the Stone Age. Every day, a large portion of India's poor defecates in the open due to lack of sanitation facilities. 3/4 of India's population lives without toilets. Open defecation is a serious human rights problem.
Earlier, women could not go out during the day because there were no toilets. So they had to wait for after sunset or before sunrise. They could only go out in the dark, in the open, for open defecation. And that was the time when they had problems of sexual assault, of any sort of diseases, because they would go barefoot in the dark. They could not see outside. They would have to go out in the shrubs. They would get headaches. They would get stomach problems because they had to control their call of nature till after dark, or go in the morning only before sunrise.
Even today, many homes in rural and urban India have dry latrines in the form of bucket toilets. These toilets need manual cleaning with buckets, and the people employed to do this are called scavengers, a term introduced by the British when they ruled India. Scavengers are usually born into their profession. They are looked down upon by the rest of society and considered untouchable and kept out of mainstream society.
In India, it's not just the social and economic condition, but the fact that it is also an occupation that is allied to a certain community and a caste, which accentuates the problem in terms of hierarchical patterns in society, subsequent discrimination, further marginalization of the society, and then constant oppression and suppression of that community. So in that sense, it's a human rights issue in more than one way. During the anti-colonial struggle, thanks to the efforts of Mahatma Gandhi, it took on one of the constructive aspects of the independence movements. Gandhi had a number of constructive aspects to the freedom struggle. Manual scavenging, or the conversion of dry latrines into wet latrines, was one other very important aspect of that. And I think Gandhiji's attention was drawn to the fact that women were the most sizable portion of the workforce engaged in manual scavenging, and because of that they also faced oppression, in not just because of their being women as a sex, but also because of the kind of profession and the work that they did. And this in turn also affected their offspring and their children in terms of their access to schools and other social services in the local community. So that is why Gandhiji saw that as a human rights issue that had to be taken from a multi-pronged approach. Periodically, the government of India has been talking about eradication of manual scavenging as well as conversion of dry latrines to wet latrines. The latest effort is the enactment of the 1993 Act, which is the abolition of the manual scavenging and the conversion of dry latrines to wet latrines Act. Now, the 10th 5-year plan of the government of India, which is presently on, has actually envisaged that they will abolish manual scavenging in India by the year 2007, which is just a few months away. And clearly, the ground situation is very, very distant from that goal envisaged in the 10th 5-year plan document. So clearly, there is a gulf between what is thought of as an aspiration and what is actually a fact on the ground.
In ancient times, India had a highly developed sanitation system which has been found in Mohenjo-daro, dated around 2500 BC. It is not clear how India regressed to a point where the sanitation system required manual cleaning. Ancient India had divided society into 4 functions: education, defense, trade, and agriculture. Those who had evolved to this classification system called themselves Aryans, and the 4 functions were called castes. All 4 functions were equal in importance to the progress of society. Those outside this classification were considered inferior or less evolved. Some of the trades outside the caste system were that of burning dead bodies and cleaning human excreta, which were considered to be unhygienic and dirty professions. The people involved in these trades were called untouchables. This profession became hereditary and generations depended on it for their livelihood. The first winds of change blew in December 1901. In that year, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, known to the world as Mahatma Gandhi, landed in Kolkata to attend a session of the Indian National Congress. He saw the plight of the scavengers cleaning toilets and requested that all Congress workers clean their own toilets. The workers refused. Gandhi then did the cleaning himself. On seeing him, other party workers joined in. Throughout his life, Gandhi remained a passionate advocate of equality and opportunity for those born into this profession. He dreamt of an India without untouchability. One organization that has helped realize Gandhi's dream more than any other is Sulabh International Social Service Organization, founded by Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak. Dr. Pathak took this up as a technical problem. The bucket toilet, which was prevalent then, had to be cleaned manually. He founded Sulabh and introduced the 2-pit pour-flush toilet, which does not require manual cleaning. It works on the simple concept of 2 pits, one of which is in use at any given time. When the pit is full, the other is set into operation. Within a year, the first pit turns into manure and is then used as fertilizer for agriculture. With automatic maintenance and fertilizer producing capability, these toilets offer a compelling economic solution. More than 1 million such units have already been sold, thus removing the need for scavengers. Sulabh also took on the problem of open defecation. While many have condemned Indians for a lack of civic sense, Sulabh felt that it was really a lack of toilets that led people to answer the call of nature in public places. Sulabh has built over 500 public toilets in crowded cities where they charge 2 cents for a clean toilet experience. For instance, here is a very busy part of India's capital city, New Delhi, with 2 major hospitals, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences and the Safdarjung Hospital, both of which attract thousands of patients across the country every day. Tucked away at a corner near these hospitals is a Sulabh public toilet that provides its services to people in need.
सफदरजंग हॉस्पिटल के लिए आया था मैं, और ट्रीटमेंट करने के बाद थोड़ा मेरा पेट थोड़ा खराब ही था। उधर अंदर जाके देखा कि जो अपना टॉयलेट के लिए तो उधर कई व्यवस्था नहीं है, तो इधर घूमते घूमते इधर आ गया तो अपना इधर ही शौचालय मिला, तो मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा। इसके अंदर ऐसे कोई साफ़ सफाई अच्छा ही है, ऐसी कोई ये नहीं है कि जो पैसा दे दिया तो ख़राब है। जो इसके इधर का जो क्लीननेस अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, इधर का क्लीननेस वगैरह ठीक है, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा।
यहाँ मतलब हम लोग जो आते जाते हैं तो यहाँ लैट्रिन बाथरूम जाने का, नहाने का, साफ़ सफाई का, पैसे का, हर तरह का सुविधा मिल जाता है। जैसे कि जो 2 रुपया लैट्रिन का, 2 रुपया स्नान का, इतने में हम लोग स्नान करके खूब आराम से चले जाते हैं, कोई तरह की दिक्कत नहीं होती। 24 घंटा खुला रहता है, 24 घंटा खुला रहता है।
Sulabh also constructs these public toilets in crowded slums where people have no other option but to defecate in the open. One such toilet is in a slum near Lodhi Road in New Delhi called the Indira Gandhi Camp.
सुलभ ये कब बना?
सुलभ ये 84-85 में बना है।
और उसके पहले लोग क्या करते थे?
जंगल में जाते थे।
अच्छा, तो अभी सब लोग यहीं पे आते हैं?
बिल्कुल आते हैं।
तो इसमें आपको क्या सुविधा हुई कुछ बताएंगे?
सुविधा क्या, 1 रुपया देते हैं, नहाने धोने का सब चीज़ मिल जाती है।
इसी शौचालय अगर बंद हो जाए एक दिन तो टट्टियों के भागे फिर नाले में भागते हैं, पानी भी नहीं मिलता, कुछ नहीं मिलता। और लेडीज जो है ना बेचारी कहीं के कहीं डिब्बा लेकर भागती हैं। आज सबको सबसे बड़ी समस्या ये है कि लेडीज़ को सबसे बड़ी अच्छी सुविधा है हमारे यहाँ पर, किसी घर में टॉयलेट नहीं है, यही है हमारा टॉयलेट और लैट्रिन जो कुछ है सब यही है।
The proceeds from all of Sulabh's operations are channeled toward education programs that help them bring scavengers back into mainstream society. The programs include courses on cosmetics, typing, tailoring and other trades in demand. Students from economically challenged backgrounds are admitted. Those from scavenger backgrounds do not have to pay for the training. This has resulted in rehabilitation of scavenger communities.
ये ब्यूटी पार्लर पहले मैंने सुलभ से ज्वाइन किया था 6 मंथ का 95 में। हमें मैडम अच्छी मिली थी ताकि उन्होंने हमें अच्छे से सिखाया, इसलिए हम पार्लर खोल पाई मैं। तो पार्लर को खोले मुझे 12 साल हो गए। जब अभी भी मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है तो मैं सुलभ जाकर नहीं देता, मैडम से पूछ लेती हूँ, वो बताती थी।
उस तस्वीर में क्या आप कहीं पे हैं?
हाँ जी,
दिखाएंगे?
ये पाठक सर है हमारे, उनके साथ ये है हमारी मैडम है ये, और जो बच्चे सीखते थे वहाँ पर इनके साथ भी।
और वो सर्टिफिकेट के बारे में बताएंगे?
हाँ, ये हमें सर्टिफिकेट नहीं, जब मैंने 6 मंथ का कोर्स पूरा कर लिया था तब मुझे इन्हें पाठक सर ने ये 95 दिया।
अच्छा, और अब आप यहाँ पे क्या करती है?
हाँ, मैं बच्चों को भी सिखाती हूँ, अपना भी खुद ओनर हूँ मैं और खुद ही काम करती हूँ। बच्चे हैं सीखने वाले, उनको भी सिखाती हूँ। मतलब मैं बच्चों को इस तरीके से सिखाती हूँ ताकि वो भी जाकर ये बोले हमें मैडम अच्छी मिली है, हम खोल सकते हैं। मेरे पास जो बच्चे सर्विस करते हैं वो मेरे ही सीखे हुए हैं, और यहाँ से बच्चा जो सीख के जाता है वो अपना पार्लर भी खोल चुका है। ब्यूटी में जो भी आता है, हेयर कटिंग से लेकर ब्यूटी से लेकर सब सिखाते हैं। हेयर ट्रीटमेंट, स्किन ट्रीटमेंट वगैरह, मशीनें वगैरह के बारे में भी बता देते हैं। ग्वेलरिंग मशीन है, मसाजर वगैरह फेशियल के लिए।
ब्यूटी पार्लर का नाम क्या है?
किन्नी ब्यूटी पॉइंट।
और ये नाम कैसे रखा आपने?
ये मैं अपनी बेटी के नाम से रखा हुआ है।
Sulabh also provides high quality education to the children of scavengers in a discrimination free environment. They provide computer education from the first grade onwards.
My name is Shilpa.
Okay. और आप कब से कंप्यूटर कर रही हैं?
I think first year, second class.
First and second class. What do you like the most about computers?
I like all things about computers.
You like playing games?
Yeah, games, paintings, Microsoft Word, etc.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to join a navy when I will grow up.
60% of the students are from scavenger communities and have a tuition waiver. The school provides them with free uniforms and textbooks. Meal times are an important symbolic occasion for children to eat together, for in earlier times, children of untouchables were forbidden to interact with other children in the caste system. As a mark of their integration, all children are given full access to Sanskrit, India's ancient mother language, hitherto in the control of Brahmins or the educator caste.
So the Sanskrit is our ancient language, which our student we wanted, because in ancient time, if you will see the history of India, these scavengers were not allowed to go inside the temple. Forget about the inside, they were not allowed to go near to the temple, not only inside the temple. So, and all our holy books are written in Sanskrit only. So they never had any knowledge for that. So in this school, we wanted that our students should learn in Sanskrit. They should not only learn Sanskrit, they should know thoroughly Sanskrit, and they should read all those books, holy books which is written in Sanskrit, and they can explain it in Hindi and English to others.
Children even sing the Gayatri mantra, considered a sacred chant for Hindus and often reserved only for Brahmins. This school respects diversity by including it.
And I am very proud principal to say that our students, they know about all the religion, they respect all the religion. They are not confined to one religion only, yes, this is mine, that is not mine. We don't teach them. Like if in our school we are celebrating Christmas, in the same way we are celebrating Diwali also. We are celebrating Lodi also. We are celebrating Gurpurab also in the same campus.
All of this work is supported from funds collected through Sulabh's commercial proceeds from the operation of public toilets and the sale of their toilet products. Sulabh has constructed the world's largest toilet complex in Shirdi, Maharashtra, a place of pilgrimage for both Hindus and Muslims. This complex has 148 toilets and 108 bathrooms that allow space for dressing, babysitting and breastfeeding. 5,000 lockers take care of the belongings of the continuous stream of pilgrims. Sulabh has also developed technology to produce biogas from human excreta. Their public toilets can serve as raw material to generate biogas that can aid cooking and electricity needs and reduce reliance on conventional energy sources.
What happens in this case, this is public toilet. Here about 700 users use it daily. The human excreta from all the states is collected here near this inlet chamber. From this inlet chamber, it flows into underground digester. From this digester, biogas is produced, that is collected over water in separate gas holder. From this gas holder, it is used for cooking, lighting, and electricity generation. After the biogas is produced, the liquid part from the biogas digester, that is called effluent part, it is treated with a simple technology that we developed, very convenient technology. This effluent is collected in a holding tank. It is a settling tank where you give retention time of 30 minutes to 1 hour. Then it passes through this sand filter. From the sand filter, this effluent passes through carbon filter, and finally it passes through this technology. It is nothing but a simple ultraviolet. It contains ultraviolet. And final water, it looks like this one. It is odorless, colorless, and pathogen-free. This water is safe to handle for reuse as agriculture, horticulture, or even cleaning of floors of public toilet without any health risk.
Sulabh has also tackled wastewater treatment problems by using duckweed. Traditional approaches have the problem of not being economically viable. Sulabh's approach of using duckweed not only cleans the water, but also increases the reproduction of fish and thus adds direct economic value through pisciculture. Sulabh's R&D Center comes up with innovative solutions to environmental and ecological problems. This is the mass of human excreta which is turned into a fertilizer ball. It is totally benign and can be easily converted into fertilizer powder.
ये ह्यूमन एक्सक्रीटा और फेविकॉल से बनाया गया है। इस तरह के 21 पीसेस बने हैं, जिसमें कि आपको 10 नेशनल म्यूजियम लंदन के लिए है और 10 मैक्सिको म्यूजियम के लिए बनाया गया है।
Sulabh has even constructed a toilet museum that is now a major tourist attraction in the city, as well as a center for academic learning.
Sulabh is a very good example of what can be done. In that sense, they show how a non-state intervention could act as an illustrative model for the state and its agencies, and for also the rest of civil society or organizations involved in community organization, sanitation, housing, all the allied activities of urban planning.
Sulabh is not just an organization, it is an institution. Behind its unique blend of sound economics with social purpose lies the vision of one man, Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak.
मेरा नाम सरिता है। आज दिनांक 2 सितंबर 2006 की अंतर्दृष्टि इस प्रकार है। महर्षि चाणक्य जी के अनुसार कुल के कारण कोई बड़ा नहीं होता, विद्या ही उसे पूजनीय बनाती है।
When I was a child of say about 10 years, I touched a lady dome, untouchable, and for that matter, my grandmother forced me to swallow cow dung, sand, and Ganges water to purify myself.
The river Ganges is considered a holy river in India, and its water is used for purification purposes.
My mother was objecting to it because he may be ill, but grandmother did not agree. She said, no, he cannot live in the house now because he has touched the untouchable.
In the year 1968, the Bihar Gandhi Centenary Celebration Committee was formed to celebrate Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary. Bindeshwar Pathak was a young volunteer, and it is here that he met Sarayu Prasad, the General Secretary of the committee, who gave him his mission.
It was given to me that it was wish of Mahatma Gandhi. It was dream of Mahatma Gandhi to bring the scavengers on par with others. So there I got this idea. But I told my General Secretary that, sir, I am a sociologist by background. I am not an engineer. I am not a technocrat. Unless I give alternative to the bucket toilets or dry latrines cleaned manually by the people, how I can ask people not to use bucket toilets? And secondly, I told that story of my childhood, that I have been brought up in such a circumstances or such a orthodox family. So, but he said, look, that I don't know whether you are a Brahmin or you are not engineer. I see light in you. Why did he say? I cannot tell you. So you can do this. So he gave me some books published by World Health Organization and some books published in India. And he said, out of all these things, you can find out an alternative technology. So then I had no answer. So I, as a sociologist, to build rapport with the persons of the community for which we are going to work, I went and lived in the colony of scavengers for about 3 months. I came to know about their origin, the values, the mores, the habits, and then I studied those books also given by my secretary. Initially, everybody was surprised because it was difficult for a Brahmin person to go to a scavengers community to live. But I thought, unless I live with them, unless I prepare myself for working for them, then how I can tell others?
Dr. Pathak founded Sulabh in the year 1970 in the town of Raha in the state of Bihar. Sulabh means easy, representing its simple-to-use technology. Today, Sulabh has a presence in 1,080 towns of India, covering 455 districts across 27 states and 5 union territories. The early days were hard for Dr. Pathak and his colleagues.
When I came in this work, my father was very sorry. He thought I did graduation from Patna University. I will do something good work. I missed the good job. And by that time, I was married. So my father was unhappy, but my father-in-law was very angry with him. And he used to say that I have lost my daughter to a person who is now working for the toilet. And I cannot describe you the way he used to speak and the languages or the words he used for me. It is beyond comprehension. What can think of all this?
Initially, of course, I had no social prestige. When I used to go from Patna, I was living at the time, Patna to my village. I was living in a village. People used to comment, he is working in a toilet. I had a list of social prestige, of course. When I developed all these technologies, then I was invited by different international bodies for the delivery of lectures and presentation of papers. So frequently I travel to foreign countries. Then now those people say that whatever PhD he did, he is always in foreign.
success story of Sulabh has been that he did not look for grants and loans from the government or any other organizations. He realized it was very important to be self-reliant and to have enough funds on your own by generating your own funds to take the program forward.
Initially, Dr. Pathak had applied for a grant. The change in his philosophy came about when he interacted with an officer in the Indian Administrative Service.
He came as a secretary for 1 month only. It was political transfer. So he asked me to come. Look, I have gone through a file. Have you written all these things? I said, yes, sir. Your program is going to create a great impact in this country. But I see a danger in it. So what is the danger, sir? The danger is you are asking for the grant. You will get $1,000 this year, and next year finance department will raise many objections, and you will have to reply, and it will take again 1-2 years to you, and after 2 years again you will get $1,000. That way your organization cannot go to create impact in this country. So there is some suggestion for you, if you agree. I said, sir, you please tell us. He said, look, you don't take grant. You take money for the implementation of the program, and out of that implementation, whatever money you save, that you use for running the organization.
Bindeshwar Pathak combined his social mission with sound economics and academics. He went back to school and did his master's in sociology in 1980. Thereafter, he did his MA in English and PhD in sociology in 1985. Dr. Pathak and his team realized the need very early on for social marketing.
The widespread of Sulabh technology or its acceptance due to its suitable social marketing of sanitation. What happened in Lucknow, we implemented one biogas plant in the town of Lucknow in the slum area. And incidentally, there was a conference. I was invited by the state government to participate and present a paper. After the conference was over, I went to see the biogas plant, how it is working. It is linked with public toilet. The caretaker of public toilet informed me that, sir, there is no gas formation because there is no user. Because it is a thickly populated slum area. I was surprised to know that there is no user. I went to the slum and talked to some people. There were 10 people sitting and playing something. Then I requested him to why they are not using this public toilet. It is adjacent to their houses. He replied, "इससे फायदा क्या है?" And there is one big drain adjacent to this public toilet, and people were using that drain site for open defecation. And it was totally filthy. There was unhygienic. It is full of mosquito. Then I came back and asked them to why they are not using such public toilet when such facilities available. They said, आपको क्या लगता है इससे? अरे आप जब बाहर जाएंगे शौचालय तो उससे बहुत तरह की बीमारियाँ होंगी, बैक्टीरिया से इन्फेक्शन होगा, हेल्थ खराब होगा, हेल्थ खराब होने से आपका जो मैंडेज जो है जो काम करते हैं ये घटेगा, आपकी गरीबी बढ़ जाएगी। अगर पब्लिक टॉयलेट यूज़ करते हैं तो उससे आपका हेल्थ बढ़ेगा, इसमें अच्छी बात है। तो उन्होंने कहा जो हम लोग जो बैठे हैं इसमें किससे आपका हेल्थ अच्छा है? हेल्थ का मतलब फिजिकली, और मुझे लगा जो फिजिकली तो देखने में लग रहा है जो सब लोग मोटे हैं, अच्छे हैं, जिसको लोग हेल्थ कहते हैं। आई हैड नो आंसर। ताकि तुम अपना काम करो, हम लोग जहाँ जाते हैं उससे मतलब क्या है तुमको? हम लोग का हेल्थ है, अगर हेल्थ ख़राब होता है तो ऊपर वाले की कृपा से है। ऊपर वाला मतलब बाय द ग्रेस ऑफ गॉड। और कोई बीमार पड़ गया तो भगवान ने चाहा, ऊपर वाले ने चाहा, बीमार हो गया। तो उन्होंने यही कहा। तो प्रैक्टिकली आई वॉज बोल्ड फॉर सम मोमेंट, अब मैं क्या करूँ इसको। फिर मैंने दूसरा क्वेश्चन उनसे पूछा ये आपको अच्छा लगता है जब आपकी माँ, बहनें और बेटियाँ बाहर में खुले में शौच में जाते हैं या पैखाना करने खुले में जाते हैं, ये आपको अच्छा लगता है? आपकी कोई इज्जत तो होनी चाहिए। तो उन्होंने कहा हाँ ये तुम ठीक कह रहे हो, चलो आज के बाद हम इसको सोचेंगे, ये तुम्हारा कहना सही है। पहले तो कोई बात नहीं है, हम लोग तो करते रहे शौचालय, शौच बाहर में, लेकिन ये कहना सही है जो औरतों को नहीं जाना चाहिए शौचालय। Then I informed the local office, our local office in Lucknow, what happened. I narrated the story. In Lucknow, we made first point social aspect, but it is your social prestige. Or once sisters and brothers and mothers they go for defecation in open, it may cause their social problem or social prestige. Then we try to hit upon this aspect. Then finally, after a few months, we came to know that now the user percentage is more than 80% in that particular area. That's why whenever we implement this sanitation system, so we linked with the awareness program based on their socio-economic and cultural habits. And perhaps this is the key reason for the success of Sulabh.
So social marketing and demand creations we are doing with the panchayat coordinators, block coordinators, district coordinators, as well as some of the state government program officials. So these are the people we have developed a lot of the modules, we have developed social marketing strategies, that how we can sell the products, how can you sell the strategy, and accordingly things are going on very smoothly.
In 1991, Dr. Pathak received one of India's highest civilian honours, the Padma Bhushan. He has received several awards, including the International St. Francis Prize for the Environment, the Dubai International Award for Best Practices to Improve the Living Environment, the UN Habitat Scroll of Honour, and Good Corporate Citizen Award from the President of India.
Action sociology means that when sociologists intervene in the problem and give solution to the problems, they are called action sociologists. Sociologists should not only be confined to analyzing the problems of the society, rather they should themselves intervene in the problems of the society and try to give solutions as far as possible.
Sulabh may have created 500 public toilets in India, but this number belies its impact. For Sulabh has generated employment with its business model in a sector that starves for work.
मेरा पति ख़त्म हो चुका, तब मैं काम पे लगी थी। आप मेरी लड़की है शादी के लिए, इसी में तो गुजारा करती हूँ सर। कुछ नहीं है मेरे पास, एक छोटी सी झुग्गी है यहाँ पर, उसी में गुजारा करती हूँ सर। मेरा कोई नहीं है, मैं इसी में तो अपना वाइफर खींचती हूँ, पानी खींचती हूँ, पैप मारती हूँ, गंद उठाती हूँ, सब कुछ करती हूँ मैं। जो मेरा काम है लेडीज़ का, वो लेडीज़ में करती हूँ।
You can work hard, but the result will depend on the God's will. So you can care for working hard with painstaking efforts, with your all skill you have, but don't care for the results. If you care for your results, it means you will have less time to work. A person working for material thing must have spiritual knowledge, and the combination of both will give him more happiness, more prosperity, more satisfaction than if you are only trying to get the material thing.
Swami Vivekananda had suggested that the advances in material science in the West should combine with the highest spiritual endeavors in the East to create a new direction for society. Through its sound economics and philosophy of caring, Sulabh has succeeded in instilling confidence in a community that had hitherto only seen charity or political exploitation.
I want to become a police officer because I hate crime and criminals.
Oh, great. Are you doing martial arts too?
Yes, sir.
Which martial art?
Sir, Taekwondo.
Very nice. Are you a black belt already?
No, sir, blue belt.
Very nice.
Technically, Sulabh has done the impossible, generating electricity from human excreta and realizing a cradle-to-cradle ecological cycle where all waste is converted into useful energy.
Dr. Pathak is a visionary, he has been a visionary, and that is how he could envisage that 35, 40 years back, when people would not even pay a rupee for a bus ride or even for sitting on a train. They would rather not buy a ticket and sit on the roof of a train so that they could travel free from one place to the other. It is at that time, in the late 60s, that he envisioned that we must have public toilets where people will be ready to pay for these services and facilities if it is clean. And that is how he developed the sanitation modules here and public toilets here.
Today what we are talking, he foresighted this situation 20 years back. That's why right now, after the 15 years, this school and the training center and the slum welfare program you can see right now here. And it is an honor for us to work with such a great person, he himself is the institute.
One of the biggest success stories which I've always wondered how they maintained it is opposite the Patna railway station, the community toilets there. And it was anyone having gone to Patna like I'd done in the 70s and 80s, that place was a mess. It actually, that one Sulabh facility has helped a lot in improving the environs of Patna railway station, main railway station.
Of course, there's lots to be done, lots to be done still. But oh yes, we have gone a long way ahead, I think, since then. Though if you ask Dr. Pathak, he will say we've only lit a candle in the darkness.